Az első előadónk az egy ilyen eléggé rendhagyó előadás lesz, ugyanis ha jól tudom, akkor ilyen kompetenciát azt Magyarországon nem sikerült találni, amiről ő fog beszélni nekünk, úgyhogy ő külföldről fog becsatlakozni, és elvileg hall is, lát is minket, vagy ilyesmi, vagy csak hall, és elvileg hamarosan meg is látjuk talán az ő prezentációját. Ő a TomTomtól jött, és ilyen együttműködésről az OpenStreetMap közösségével fog nekünk beszélni. Az előadás angol nyelven lesz megtartva, és én ennek megfelelően át is fogok váltani angolra, és a végén a kérdéseket is én fogom neki beolvasni, vagy hogyha valaki szeretné föltenni magának, akkor adott a lehetőség. Okay, so this is the part where I guess we should hand it over to you. So, can you hear us?
Hello, hi all. Good evening and good afternoon for all of you. My name is Tomasz. I'm located in Poland, in Łódź. More to come about the city, about an event which will take place this year. But yeah, I'm here on behalf of my company, TomTom, and I want to share with you how we contribute and how we cooperate with OpenStreetMap communities to make the map better, because in general, we as a mapping company want to support OSM with all of the knowledge, all of the skills, and all of the possibilities which we can share and give back to OSM. Yeah, so let's start. First one, agenda. So, and it's something about us, about our team, then our cooperation with OpenStreetMap communities, then our contribution to OpenStreetMap, the projects which we are sharing, the types of the project and issues which we are trying to generate and share with you, information about our analysis on Hungarian map. It's just a short overview, so the, let's say, better comparison, of course, and huge analysis will be done later, and I can prepare that for the next meetup if you wish. Then a couple of general topics which were mentioned in our mail threads, so I will answer some questions which were already raised, and then I will handle the questions which will be there from the audience. So let's start. First one, our team, so who we are. There is a core team where I'm located in, and we are trying to, we are defining the program, setting up the strategy and the collaboration with communities in various countries. We are working with more of the 80 countries and communities right there. We are supporting each country with our leads, our knowledge, our trainings, etc. We are organizing meetups, and we are sponsoring and being a part of the State of the Map conferences, not only worldwide this year in Kenya, but the local ones as well, same as State of the Map Europe or even State of the Map Baltics, where I presented our team as well. And then we have our local intelligence teams. These are people located in countries, not each of those, but still in the regions. So we are trying to cover our local knowledge and information which is there as a local sources, etc. For example, in Hungary, we have our office as well. Hopefully next time or somewhere in the future, we will be able to talk with you about that, about some kind of event which could take place right there. And our editing team, these are people located mostly in India, but we are trying to extend that and have our local editing teams in our offices. So we are trying to gather people who are interested in editing and getting to know OpenStreetMap and doing the edits on our own. So of course we have our organized editing team, which is there listed in Wiki or some Wiki page, but we are trying to extend this knowledge among the TomTomers as well. Editing team, of course, these are people located in one country, but still working worldwide. We know that we have to get all the knowledge specification or the capturing rules per country, of course. So we are doing our deep analysis before editing, and we are gathering information with cooperation, of course, with communities as well, to know how to act, how to approach the country, how to approach the edits, what are the rules, local rules, etc. Just to show you our core team and information, we are located worldwide. Of course, together with me and my team members from Poland. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So there are Domi, Kasia, and me. We are located in Poland, in Łódź, and we are handling most of the leads generations, analysis of OSM data, and this kind of specific questions, answers to be handled, rules to get to know, and approaches. We are trying to generate new leads. We are trying to find the processes which can improve the quality of OpenStreetMap. So we are the operational part of the team. Then located worldwide, there are people from United States, Belgium, Netherlands, Morocco, Italy, India, Thailand, and Australia. It's still a part of the core team. We are doing our analysis. We are reaching out the communities. We are talking with communities. We are trying to build a relationship, get to know the cases which can be improved. So we are not only sharing our, let's say, leads in cooperation with all the communities. We are trying to get the feedback what can be supported in the country, and we are supporting that right after the leads are generated or the problems are known. There is this TomTom logo right there. It means that there is this editing team. Info for you as said, India, Hyderabad, and Pune, but still, as said, we are not only solving the problems without the analysis. We are doing our deep analysis before editing, and we are trying to get as much information as possible just to proceed correctly. And what about our cooperation? This engagement and editing program consists of a couple of pillars. So the map improvement projects, mostly in map roulette platform, but right now we are extending our possibilities. We are sharing the leads using tasking manager projects, maybe not the leads, but the areas which could be improved. And we are not only doing the punctual changes like in solving quality issues, but still mapping missing villages, missing road network, missing land uses, buildings, and all of the features which are right there to be captured. So from the display perspective, we are still doing our best to cover the map, not only with road network, because we know that the display of the map is crucial as well. Data and leads shareback. So as said, not once, we are generating the data from various sources, and we are trying to share other platforms as well. For example, Roadrunner, it was shared last year or even more than 1 year ago. And there are the grids where the road network is not correctly captured. There are missing road networks, there are missing maneuvers or some kind of components of the road network, where the navigation engine sees the difference between the route geometry and the route which is calculated. So based on that tool, we were generating the grids to be updated, improved on OSM site. Except that we are doing the trainings. So our team, after, of course, acknowledging all the tools and possibilities, we are recruiting this new OSM editors, because not each country has its own community. We are trying to build that. We are gathering people, mostly in universities or some kind of geolocation or geography faculties, just to extend the knowledge about the map, extend the knowledge about this OpenStreetMap, and have people located right there doing their best to cover the map for the countries which are not fully mapped. We are hosting map editing parties and meetup events. Last month, it was, for example, Amsterdam. I was there together with our community, let's say, manager, so person who is building relationship with the community, Salim Baydun. And we were handling the Meetup, mapping the areas of Kenya, Tanzania, Democratic Republic of Congo, and South Sudan, just to make the map better and provide possibilities to bring help to people in these countries, because we know that there are lots of not only poverty, but the terrorism, etc. So we are trying to help people to bring help to the others. OSM conferences, as said, we are being co-sponsors, or we are organizing that together with communities. For example, not OpenStreetMap, State of the Map Europe in 2023 in Antwerp, in cooperation with Belgium community. And the collaboration, we are part of OpenStreetMap Foundation and OSM chapters. We are trying to support OpenStreetMap, of course, with the donations to maintain the machines or the space or the clouds to make sure that OpenStreetMap will work correctly. We are doing the cooperation with OpenStreetMap, hot OpenStreetMap, to support the countries which are where natural disaster took place. Next one. So, couple of slides to show you the cooperation which I've mentioned. So, supporting for women in OSM and GIS. This is the Brazilian example and Ghana example, plus Catalyst India. We are doing the meetups just to share this knowledge, extend the knowledge, help women to be a part of these organizations, to get the job, to get the skills, technical skills about the OpenStreetMap, just to have this skills and knowledge on their side, extend the portfolio, etc. Next one, Poland. We are opening doors to the new opportunities. Actually, this is my boss manager, Domi, and the head of OpenStreetMap Polish community. We are doing the presentations for the geography students, just to show them that they can work in OpenStreetMap as well as they can support us. Plus, we can do the things together, like Mapofaktura or GeoNight in a local university, just to map the features which are the, let's say, topic of each part of the Mapofaktura and GeoNight. Then Egypt, we are growing the community right there together with our Hajar, who is located in Morocco, and Zayed, who is located in Egypt. We are doing the map roulettes or OSM sessions, just to extend the knowledge, just to share the knowledge about OpenStreetMap. Tanzania, here we were cooperating with Proud2Map Tanzania, just to bring help to the female, where there is a fight against female genital mutilations. So we are trying to support not only mapping just for the routing purposes from the perspective of people to get from point A to point B, but to bring help. And we supported this with the training sessions and teaching basic mapping. Rwanda and Ghana map training sessions, we were extending the knowledge about the tool itself, just to show that it's quite easy to get the tasks being routed to you and to get the issues which can be solved in OSM. Then our contribution. So far in 2023, we had a cooperation with 1,459 unique users. They collaborated with us within our projects in Map Roulette or Hot Tasking Manager, plus Tasking Manager from the US part and Italy Tasking Manager. We were editing together 114 countries and updated OSM with the leads we've generated. And we had 89 community meetups worldwide. And so far in 2024, because right now we have March, we have 757 unique OSM contributors. We were editing 67 countries. And for this year, we have already planned 65 events. Plus, of course, we will for sure have ad hoc meetings. where we can share the knowledge and where we will cooperate about mapping itself. We were contributing to humanitarian OSM, so we were supporting different countries like Turkey, Mexico, Brazil, or Philippines with the natural disasters. We were cooperating with other organizations, and as you see, we contributed with a huge amount of the edits done just to maintain and upgrade the map for the countries which were touched with these natural disasters. So we tried to support people just to know how to help, where to help, and where to maintain the database to make sure we can save human beings. Then, of course, the sponsorship of MapRoulette, there was information shared publicly that we supported this open source tool. With that, we've made sure that the machines are maintained and there are possibilities to add more and more projects, not only for us, of course, because different kind of companies or even volunteers are creating the projects in MapRoulette to support editing the database. As said earlier, we are part of OpenStreetMap Foundations. You can see the blog post of OpenStreetMap as well as our newsroom. We've informed that we are a part of OpenStreetMap Foundation as the Platinum member, corporate Platinum member. Accept the donations, of course. We want to get to know what is the current state of OpenStreetMap, where we can help, how we can help, how we can approach that to make sure that the map and the OpenStreetMap itself is still working and will still be there publicly, just to get more and more volunteers to work on that map to make sure that it's mapped correctly and it works correctly. Then our projects which we are sharing. So there are different kind of objects which we are editing and different kind of issues which we are covering. As you see, there are the groups of highways, buildings, bridges, and tunnels, so part of the highways, general tagging issues, and structural issues which we are sharing. Part of those are our leads. So for the missing objects, we are generating the leads by the comparison of OpenStreetMap data and TomTom data. Then we are validating that if the leads are correct. So let's say that the final thing is the project which is available or on MapRoulette, whether on Hot Tasking Manager or Tasking Manager. But in general, there is a huge preparation step done just before to make sure that the leads are generated, the leads are correct, these leads are validated, made sure that the quality of these leads is high, and only then we are sharing that with you to upgrade the map. Of course, we are using some kind of logic of the issues which are there in Osmos or other services. We are trying to upgrade that. So we are, for example, we took the edge crossing edge check, which is there in Osmos. We've made a filtering and maintenance of this code to touch only the issues with the intersections of road network. So you can see right there the inconsistent intersection case. It's based on the edge crossing edge case, but only for the navigation elements of the map. Same for the other type of issues. So intersecting buildings intersecting different kind of objects, bridges and tunnels. So the composites which are there but are incorrectly tagged. So for example, layers are not there or the levels are assigned incorrectly. General tagging issues, so some kind of contradictions on the ways or nodes or polygons, just to make sure that the map is correct, and the structural issues like not closed polygons, self-intersecting polygons, etc. Then our activity. So how do we inform you, communities, about our activities? We are using, of course, OpenStreetMap forums just to inform people that we have different kind of issues generated and shared as mostly map-related challenges, but as said, tasking managers as well. And we have our GitHub pages for each country when we have done analysis and some kind of editing or shared the issues which can be solved in the map. There is an information about the project descriptions, what is our goal, how we participate, what are the active and inactive challenges, where you can find information about the notification about this kind of like sharing the news about the challenges, so each notification is listed right there as well. The sources which are used for the editing of the countries, so this deep analysis done earlier, and all the information is required for organized editing and for the feedback which is shared correctly and our activities which are done. For the Hungarian map analysis, we've done that last week just to see what is the state of the map right there and what works, what is missing, what could be fixed, etc. So we know that the road structure is up to date and there are no major lags of the road network in Hungary, even with the completeness of the correctness of the data. So even the ways which are added as highways have names, so the map is complete and correct. FOMI as a local source for data editing. Sorry if I spelled that incorrectly. So we know that this local source is available, but still mostly around the 2010. And there is a question to you even. If this older data is enough, or it may be somehow loaded in other editing tools, just to make sure that we are using up-to-date source. And of course, for the other like old data, old highways which are there in the map, yes, it's good. But what about the structures which are created nowadays? If FOMI can be used for that or not. So I think that there might be some kind of discussion and done about that and trying to see what can be done with that. And based on our visual checks and the analysis, there is a lack of buildings in many villages and cities. The question is if it's crucial for you from the display perspective and if you want to cooperate on that. If yes, then for sure we can support you with that. And the case is if there is some kind of database from the governmental part, because we see that in some countries there are the updates done based on governmental sources, and if there is possibility to do so and do some kind of mechanical update, of course it's possible, but still the tasking managers and other projects could be created if you are interested, just to cover the map. The other observations, so there are the land use formations, which are created as a huge multi-polygons. There are examples of the relations, and there is another question if you are still interested in updating that, or it's like the local case and you keep that as it is because it was created and it was maintained correctly. Buildings were already shared in the previous slide, and incomplete or no addresses at all. So there are a couple of cases where addresses are not there, and the question is still if it's about the lack of the governmental sources just to import that, or just there are sources but there are no manpowers just to do this kind of activities right there. From our side, I can say that we have done we have run our processes for the Hungarian map, and the number of the issues per each case are very limited. So there is less than 1,000 issues per each problem, let's say. So for example, there are 839 cases for building and water intersections, and it's like the major processes output which is there, but from the country perspective is very limited, because for the other European countries we had like thousands of the issues to be solved, like 3 or more even. For some kind of missing buildings, etc., these numbers are even raising to 50K of issues. So in general, from the perspective of quality issues of the map, our missing features, there is limited number of these cases in Hungary. And the general topics which were raised in my Matrix conversation. So first part, what are the TomTom long-term plans with OSM? So of course, in the newsroom, there is an information that OSM data is considered as one of the super sources for our products. So we are trying to combine that. We are trying to see what is the quality, what is the best for the countries, for the map, and we are trying to make sure that it's like the valid source to be used to make sure that the product can be compiled and the quality of the data may be very high. As said, it's not only one source. We are having a lot of sources from governmental ones to the ones which are bought by us and the ones which are available right there. And we are trying to make sure that the product based on these sources will be the highest quality. Other topic was the overture. In general, it's the cooperation of different companies. So I can only share the, let's say, idea and the purpose and the goal of the overture, but still the questions which are there to the overture itself should be raised to the overture management and the point of contacts, because they have their own structure and they have their own answers on the questions. But in general, the purpose of that is to create and develop the global entity references, local sources during editing. So we are not only using the ones which are available in OpenStreetMap editors like Esri, Bing, Mapbox, or others. We are doing this deep country analysis just before editing to make sure what are the set rules, capturing rules, approaches towards the map, but still as well, what are the sources which are used right there to make sure that we are not aligning the data to the wrong sources in the local parts. Of course, there are different kind of sources available. So for example, for the countries, there is one local source, but for the others, these are different per regions even. So for example, in Germany, there are different kind of source material used for the data editing in particular regions. So we are still like taking that into consideration just before editing. So this is our approach to handle these local sources during editing. Of course, we know that not all of the sources are there available in ID or JOSM editors. So we are trying to find the possibilities how to load that, how to use that to make sure that our editing is correct. Another topic, and it's kind of invitation for you, it's the State of the Map Europe, which will be there in July 18th to 21st. 2024. Actually, it will be located in Łódź, our city where we are there. So it's like the great opportunity to meet and talk about the OpenStreetMap itself and our cooperation. So feel invited. We will be there for sure for all the days where an event takes place, and we will be happy just to talk, trying to cooperate on the map and trying to be a part of these local initiatives right there in Europe. Another question. There was another question: how TomTom map tasks are created? What are the sources for the data? So, as said previously during the TomTom project's explanation, we are for the missing features. We are comparing the map of OpenStreetMap and our TomTom map to make sure that we are sharing the leads with the missing features. Of course, just before sharing, we are doing the validation to make sure that the leads are there just to create the object at the end of the challenges shared. For the issues on the map, existing issues on the map, we are trying to find the logic based on atlas checks on all the online services, public services. of OpenStreetMap to make sure that we can just solve that. For example, there was an initiative in Netherlands because they told us that there are problems with the railways and highways crossing. So there were no railway crossings at the point of intersections. So we've developed this kind of process to find an issues and to share that just to solve the data. The challenge was solved with almost 99% of the tasks fixed. So of course we are supporting different communities, and if you have some kind of processes which could be developed, we can try to do so. We can try to support you, and even we can try to edit that on our own if it's needed. Of course, we don't want to force the edits in the countries. We want to support and cooperate with you. And that's it. Maybe I will go to the next slide first to show you the places where you can find me. So of course I am here on the Elements chat with the Tomek-key. I have OSM profile, Tomek-Koz. It's part of my surname. And you can reach me out using TomTom email, so tomasz.kozlowski@tomtom.com, or you can use our team email if I am not answering. Last week there was an exception, let's say. Of course, I had like the personal problems, so I were not able to answer the mails, but still, if you want to raise a question, like overall question to the home team, you can contact us using osm@tomtom.com. And are there any questions?
Do you publish your street level photography somewhere?
For now, it's not available, but if you will check the Bing imagery sources and you will check the machines which are doing the photographs, you will see our logo because the Bing source is updated with our data as well. We are trying to find the possibilities from the licenses perspective, and if it will be done, all of you will be, of course, informed immediately about that, and we will do our best just to share as much as we can.
So this question is about the Microsoft Building Footprints database. Do you use it, and what is your opinion of its quality and other attributes?
For that, of course, it's a part of the Overture, as I'm not mistaken. What about the quality of that? I think that it's kind of question to the Microsoft as well. I don't want to judge, of course, but still, imports are very important if the data is up to date and it's correctly done. So just before the editing based on this kind of huge sources available, the validation is like the top priority to make sure that we are importing the data correctly. So of course it depends on the country level as well, because we know that some map can be created based on the global sources and some map can be created based on the local sources. So it's always good to check what is the quality of the data in your country from this global source. We are not using Microsoft. We have our own sources for the missing buildings. So if you are interested for this kind of project, not only mapped in Tasking Manager based on the grids, but on the leads for each building itself, of course, you can reach us out.
On the map, you showed around 20 people in your team. Are they all OSM contributors?
Yes, of course. We, as a part of OSM core team, had to have some kind of training and gathering the knowledge. We were preparing ourselves just before, let's say, or doing the program definition. So we all know how to edit the map. Of course, there are different kind of levels of the OSM knowledge, but still we have our own sessions and the trainings to make sure that our knowledge is extended. So yes, indeed, we are contributing not only like the organized editing, but we are doing as well a lots of edits like the individuals, personal accounts used for the local edits as well.
On one of the first slides, you had these photographs of these local groups where you did these presentations and workshops.
Yep.
Do you see any opportunity to do something like that in Hungary and maybe reach more people than our current meetups can reach?
Of course, we are open to do so. We have, as said, we have our local office right there as well. So it's not only that I am only able to meet up with you and do this kind of actions. We can ask our local team to do so. We can host this kind of event just to extend the knowledge and invite more and more people for this kind of meetups, just to do the mapping parties as well if you have some kind of issues to be solved. So we are open for this kind of cooperation. Of course, I will do my best to be a part of that as well. So if this kind of live event will be appreciated on your side, we are open to do so. I will try to travel there as well to be a part of that live and just to try to improve the map together. So yes, we are open to this kind of initiatives.
Okay, thank you for both your presentation and answering our questions.
Thank you. Thank you all once again. As said, if you want, you can reach me out. I will share this presentation with you. I hope that it's kind of opening the doors to our cooperation. I am point of contact for you, and if there are topics which can be discussed by us, just please send me an email. I will schedule some kind of session with you just to talk and build up this relationship. We want to cooperate with you, so we are open for that. Thank you very much for your time today, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.